Hey Gemini, Ali from Indigo Ascension. Welcome to your weekly quick read for the week beginning January the 25th through to the 31st. Now, we mentioned last week that the final 2 weeks of January will be significant, not as relaxed as the first 2 weeks of the month, certainly. And in many ways, January and February do set the tone for 2021. Primarily, there is a heavy placement on air energy. We are being pushed into the higher octaves of Aquarius, which is all about the higher view, humanitarianism, the collective conscious, okay? And really getting to that overarching wisdom of how powerful the mind truly is when it comes to shaping beliefs, perceptions, and in many ways is the catalyst for change, because it is from our thoughts that our emotions are sparked, that our energy is driven, that we are drawn towards a goal, okay? But it's not until we sit up higher, Gemini, from a higher view and can truly look back and see the patterning, see the deeper integrations, the deeper influences, the deeper fears that were at play. In many ways, you know, this week can be uncomfortable, but it does offer amazing transformation opportunities if we really connect into the wisdom of soul and get authentic and, you know, and are willing to sort of drop the guard, if you like, in many ways. Because when it comes to learning, it's going to push us out of our comfort zone. We can stand here and say, we don't really need to learn anything. This is my beliefs. This is where I stand. But there are always going to be many opportunities where learning can and always will be an opportunity for us, all right? So again, I've divided it up into the houses to show the zodiacs where this energy is wanting to play out, more importantly, where the shadow aspects, because there is a Leo full moon, so we will have a likely experience of seeing the ego, the fragile ego at play in many ways, okay? So when I'm working with shadow aspects of Leo, we're looking at lack of self-confidence, we're looking at not feeling seen or heard, we're looking at deeper drives where we're wanting attention just for the sake of attention, just for example. You know, shadow aspects exist within all zodiacs, okay? So this imprints not just Leos or Aquarians, but it imprints us all, depending on a certain area of our life that it falls in. Now, there is heavy Aquarian energy happening in many ways, and this will continue. There's a stellium of energy happening within Aquarius. So first and foremost, this week, there is not just a full moon in Leo. Mercury will be going retrograde in Aquarius, okay? This year's Mercury retrogrades are going to push us all into the realms of the mind, but more on that next week. There's already enough to cover this week. There are several conjunctions at play, which include Venus, Pluto, the Sun, Jupiter, and Saturn. In many, many ways, we are pushed into Aquarian energy when it comes to the higher view, the greater good, higher consciousness concepts of what love is for us, what our love languages are, what new structures we want to put in place, where we want to experience growth and expansion. And like I said, it's not within the comfort zone that growth happens, yeah? So all of this heavy focus of Aquarian energy is happening within your 9th house, Gem. So in many ways, you cannot ignore the spotlight that is shining in 9th house matters, which rules philosophy, higher education, which pushes us towards higher learning. There are perception shifts at play here in very practical ways. There could be a massive focus on many Geminis wanting to enroll in higher study, wanting to connect more strongly into higher self. Take it however it resonates. There's a higher learning at play, and this may apply to the last year of your life. This may apply to whatever still feels raw as you close out 2020 into 21. This might apply on practical levels to what you feel needs to be learned before you can do that thing this year. Take it however it resonates. The shadow aspects of the Leo full moon will be felt within 3rd house matters, and that rules communication, it rules travel, it rules our connections to siblings, and those, you know, that we might deem as siblings, not unlike the 6th house, which rules daily matters. So these are the people that we are in contact with on a daily basis. It also rules training. So let's look at that, okay, as far as a university degree in 9th house and a training certificate in 3rd house. We know that this is going to take a lot of our investment of time. Do I upskill to a bigger level, which will take me on a bigger trajectory? I'm just using practical examples. Or do I just undergo a 6-month certificate that I could actually probably RPL, which here in Australia we call that recognition of prior learning. So it might just require me to not even do 6 months. I might just have to sit a couple of exams and then boom, I've got a piece of paper. Which I'm just using as a practical example to denote how much more this is a wealth classroom when it comes to abundance of learning and growth. And this is perhaps something I already know how to do like the back of my hand, and it's just another piece of paper, just another notch on my belt. All right, what is it about communications that you are wanting to expand, that perhaps you already know you can do easily if you did something this way, or we can go deeper still? All right, that might be, all right, when it comes to soul matters, when it comes to speaking our truth to important connections in our life, when it comes to us really doing deep assessments of our communication style, lack thereof, fear of intimacy and vulnerability when it comes to communicating truth, our needs, our desires, whatever the case may be. Take it however it resonates. There's something here where we may be triggered, okay, in third house themes, Gemini, by someone else, by a communication we get, that ultimately we can't ignore. That an authentic communication from us, or how we've communicated to get us to this point, has led to this, whether it be conflict, whether it be continual misunderstandings, whether it be people reaching out to me continuously and I'm trying to, you know, on practical levels, there's a lot of messages blowing up on my phone and I'm trying to study, or I'm trying to really focus. So take it however it resonates. Let's take a look at the shadow aspects of this. Like you literally have the Leo card in your Leo placement for this. So third house, your third house is going to require you bite the bullet and embrace courage. So you literally may feel a lack of self-confidence when it comes to expressing communications in some way. That could be a lack of confidence when it comes to applying for university studies. That could be a lack of confidence when it comes to written communications of the same. Take it however it resonates. We're here. Where do you need to embrace this genuine confidence? Okay, so in the traditional tarot deck, the Strength card has a woman prying open the jaws of a lion. All right, where do you need to have that tough conversation? Where do you need to bite the bullet, embrace confidence and apply, express that? Like, it's third house stuff that is pushing you to embrace confidence here, to embrace the strength. All right, your focus cannot be ignored anymore, okay, when it comes to this lack of finances. Now, you could literally be a Gemini in a certain level paying job that you cannot ignore anymore. Like this dream, this desire, this life path you see moving forward has a salary of at least 15 grand more a year, 20 grand more a year. What is it going to take when it comes to having to face the confidence to address this lack mentality? All right, it could be lack mentality when it comes to communications. It could be feeling like communication lacks a certain depth that's going to push me towards vulnerability. Take it however it resonates on very practical levels. Like I said, I could be connecting to a Gemini that's like, you know what, the money in the bank on a weekly basis is not enough. I need to bite the bullet. And it's pushing my levels of confidence because I'm going to have to juggle a job as well as a degree or whatever the case may be, or upskilling. But what it promises, Gem, I love this. That new contract, that new offer, that new opportunity, security for the future in a long-term context. It literally takes you out of lack mentality. It literally takes you out of financial lack. Okay, so if you are a Gemini that is wondering, umming and ahhing, if you know, umming and ahhing about whether to go for it, like literally there is a massive lighthouse focus. There is a lot of Aquarian placements in ninth house matters for you. Okay, I could even flip this around onto love when it comes to your communication style in love, when it comes to commitment, when it comes to the commitments that matter the most, when it comes to taking commitments to the next level. A conversation that I feel a little bit scared to have, Gemini, about where this is going. This is slow moving energy. I want it to level up. All right, where am I feeling there is a lack mentality in our connection, in our sense of authentic vulnerability with being able to express self? Because it's all about communication. It's all about messages from higher self. It's all about higher learning. I'm learning new ways of needing to communicate because my past communication skills have led me to this point. Where does that lead me to? Why does it keep leading me to the same brick wall where I'm experiencing lack? Yeah, or feeling left out, feeling abandoned. There could be abandonment issues at play. So when it comes to ninth and third house matters, there are very practical applications which like I've been mentioning, leads to higher learning, university, educational pursuits that link into communication, having to send emails, applications, whatever the case may be. But I am also deeply able to apply that on a soul level to my communication, okay? My communication skills, lack of communication, what do I need to learn and master when it comes to pushing myself out of that comfort zone, because this is what's striking for you in the shadows, okay? You can't ignore it. You can't ignore this way, the way in which it actually makes you feel nervous, the way in which it sort of triggers your insecurities, Gemini, okay? In many ways. And you've done a lot of 8th house healing as well, okay? I can't ignore that number 8 when it shows up like that. It's in the realms of commitment, job commitment, relationship commitment, solid investments for the future ahead, okay? No more holding on to this desire to control in some way, okay? Because there's deception here when we do so. There's something we're holding back that we're not authentically experiencing. And on deeper levels, what you're wanting to experience is this Empress energy, this abundant flow of creation, achievement of emotional harmony within the home. That's what you're wanting to change, okay? Whether you have, and it all comes down to communication. Like the cards don't lie. There's healing here. I could keep going, but this is only a quick read. So I feel like I've touched on a lot of that in many ways. Okay, emotional fulfillment in the realms of love, in the realms of career, it certainly is all being highlighted. Okay, when it comes to your communication style, lack of communication, pushing your communication ability outside of your comfort zones, that's what's desiring to be learned this week. That's what the message is from higher self. Let's finalize with a crystal card, my lovely. And five of Pentacles, okay? Change is here. Change, so the number 5 is about change and expansion. We are in a 5-year. 8 is infinity. What karmic looping needs to ultimately change? Yeah? Don't you love how the cards do that? All right, let's pick a crystal card for you, my love. Selenite, perfect card to work with. Alrighty, Selenite, connection, clarity, manifestation. What are we manifesting under that, infinity symbol of 8? The rosette and other styles contain essential energy of clarity. With clarity, we consciously explore our cosmic and earthly connections. It helps us to connect to universal consciousness and understand our connection to all things. At the same time, Selenite enables us to consciously understand ourselves as we connect with our inner truth, Gemini, our essential essence. It's excellent for promoting meditation as it filters out the ego-based distractions, which is also 9th house stuff, okay, connection to higher self. And it helps us to be in touch with our life purpose. It helps aid focus and concentration and dispels confusion. Drawing this card, Gemini, signifies it is time for a period of clarity and concentration. Stop confusion from clouding your judgment and communicate clearly your intention and your purpose, my love. Selenite has shown up for some crystal healing for you this week. That was your quick read. I hope you got something out of that. By all means, if you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so by heading above to the Indigo Ascension shop link, where you will find a range of intuitive reading, healing, and distant healing products, as well as those astrology 2021 forecasts. And of course, if you're watching on YouTube, please do like, share, subscribe, and share with your other empath, intuitive, and sensitive friends. Until next week, take care, Gemini.